Bonnet family, what's happening? Mike Lindsley back with you for an NL Sports Take brought to you by Stumble and Monkey Brewing Company and Batavia Downs Gaming. I took the weekend off, the full weekend off for the first time, and I honestly can't remember. I think it's been a couple of years, so that was why I didn't have the recap out to you sooner, but definitely wanted to jumpstart a Monday morning here and get this recap out to you. I read all the articles, obviously the game, caught missed bits and pieces of it during my kid's birthday party, but tons afterward and a lot of highlight stuff. And this game was just, just getting right into it here. There's a couple of things that I really loved about this game, right? Number one, this Bonaventure team has shown now the immediate early first punch by the other team. It's like 5 haymakers back the other way, and it's like it never even happened, right? The Bonnies get steals, offensive efficiency, all that stuff, and it feels like the opposition didn't even strike at them, right? So that's number one. Number two is in a lot of these games now we've seen, because we have a sample size, right? We have 15 games for a sample size, about half the season. This Bonaventure team, in most cases, Utah State maybe being the exception, VCU being the exception, but going into the game, Bonaventure is the clear-cut better team on paper. They go in and they show that they're the better team as well. And I love that about them. Another thing to love about this game is just simply the continued dominance of Melvin Council Jr. He's playing 40 minutes a game, just recently taking over the point guard duties. And he's really, at this point, he's unstoppable. I mean, he has 24 points in this game, 8 assists. He had 5 steals. He was remarkable defensively. I know he had the 3 turnovers, but they don't matter when you get 8 assists and score 24. You're playing aggressive D. You're creating offense off of defense. You're a table setter. You're scoring at will, and you're great in the fast break, and you're great in the half court. Melvin Council Jr. right now, and I had argued Chance Moore about, 4 or 5 weeks. Right now, Melvin Council Jr. is the best player on the Bonnies, and he's on an unbelievable tear. The other thing I loved in this game was just complete and utter efficiency. From the absolute tip of the ball, it was field goals, it was free throws, it was three-pointers, it was defense, it was team stats, all efficiency across the board. And this team got into some foul trouble with multiple players as well, Brown being one of them. They overcame that. They scored big buckets during that time period. And they had 4 guys in double figures in the starting 5. Now, I know a lot of people have been coming at me lately like, what's up with Bowen and what's going on with the whole bench, and they got to get more out of, and yeah, I mean, they probably do. They got 6 points out of the bench in this game, and I tell you what, Wedlow came in and gave them good minutes, when Brown was out. So that was a big thing for Bonnet as well. Do they need another bench guy? Probably. I mean, do we really want to live Ironman 3.0 again? I don't know. I don't think it's quite to that yet, because I think it's not even mid-January, and I still think we need to kind of see how this takes shape. There is probably a little bit of concern, like, oh man, they could use another body, better to be 8, 9 guys during the year, and then obviously that roster, kind of crunches down as you get into the bigger games. The best players are going to play more minutes anyways, and it doesn't matter if you have a bench. If your big guys play well, if they don't play well, then you need 4 or 5 guys outside of maybe 3 or 4 big guns in the starting rotation. But as it is right now, Moore, Jones, Council, Hinton, and Brown are all big guys. I mean, they're all coming up huge in these games. Jones continues to impress as well. I mean, he's reminding me of some past college players where you just put a box score out, it's all blank, and he just starts ting, 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 right? Starts filling it, right? 16 points, 10 rebounds, and the defense really good. I love the size, speed, skill, athleticism of this team continuing to get better in all the major compartments there. So they really took it to a team that isn't very good, and it's a road game. And I have to tell everybody here in closing, Bonaventure has been, even when they've had really, really good to great teams the last 25 years, going back to my time there, when they go on the road, every time they go on the road, every single time, I'm like, they're at road game, right? You get that feeling because on the road, Bonnies, you don't know what's going to happen. I remember my sophomore year, 99-2000, the year they went to the tournament. They had a 12 seed, played Kentucky right to the end, right? David Messiah Capers, bang, bang, bang. I was 10 rows up center court with my dad. And still super grateful, for that one, Dad, by the way. And we went out to Cleveland and we did it. We went to the entire tournament, right? Michigan State was a 1 seed. Bonaventure, what that feeling would have been had they beat Kentucky, right? But Syracuse was also there, so we got to see them eventually beat Kentucky. That would have been a Syracuse Bonaventure round 2. That would have been unbelievable. But my point is going back to that season, Bonaventure got rocked in the A-10 final to Temple. I think they lost by like 21 or 22 points. A bunch of my buddies went. I did not. And we were sitting on pins and needles everywhere on campus, wondering if they were going to get in the tournament. They got in as the last team. They easily could have been kept out, and that was even before the real disrespect started in 2016, not getting in, and 2017-18 having to do with the play-in game and all that, right? The constant Bonna disrespect. That season, not only did they get crushed by Temple in the championship game of the A-10, they lost both on the road and at home to Fordham. That was, I think, the only home game I missed as a student non-break. I think I maybe missed a couple during breaks, but I would go back early for games because that's what we do. I mean, it's Bonaventure, it's the RC, you want to be there. But that season, I remember I missed that home game because my man Ralph Schwartz, from Germany. I met him at WSBU. He was much older because he'd served in the military and went to college late. Just an unreal guy. I'd love to catch up with Ralph someday. But he and I went to hockey games together. That was our big thing. We went to Philly and Pittsburgh, up to Toronto, Buffalo a million times. And he said, hey, he goes, you want to go to the All-Star game? And I'm like, what? So I couldn't pass it up. It was the All-Star game in 2000. They retired Wayne Gretzky's jersey number. But we're driving back to campus, and I was like, you can't be serious. They lost to Fordham at home. Like, that might cost them. So every time Bonna goes on the road, it's like, ah. And I remember that year they lost at Fordham and at home to Fordham. So this was, you think about those things once in a while. But this was a great win. 20-point win on the road in conference, and just looked the part across the board in every basketball phase you can imagine. Bonaventure goes to 14-1, 2-0 in conference, and up next is going to be a tremendous test on Wednesday night at St. Louis, an 8 o'clock game. St. Louis is always right there. They're always right there. I know they're only 9-6, but they're coming off a win over St. Joe's. They're just always a physical team, athletes across the board. And, we always talk about Bonna and VCU playing epic games. Yeah, St. Louis and St. Bonnie, they played a couple the last several years as well. Mike Lindsley with you here. It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by Stumbling Monkey Brewing Company and our good friends at the St. Bonaventure University Online Masters in Journalism program. Make sure you log on to sbujournalism.com today. Get started in under 2 years. You can get your online Masters in Journalism, so make sure you go check out sbujournalism.com. And I did want to bring up one more time here at the end of the video. We shared it all across the board, obviously. Still trying to raise a bunch of money for my dear friend Shane Colligan, who we lost years ago. There's a memorial lounge. I've posted it a million times on my Facebook page. I'm going to get done here and put it right back up on my Facebook page, tweet it out, etc. But we're still trying to raise a bunch of money for Shane. He was one of my roommates my senior year and passed away way too young. And we're trying to get 50 grand for this baby. I don't know what the total is right now, but if you just even add 10 bucks, $5, if every journalism student gave $5, we might be there right now, right? So you can do a one-time, you can do a reoccurring and all that. So you can go to netcommunity.sbu.edu or search, just Google it up, Shane Colligan Bonaventure. The first link that comes up will be right to the website, and you can check it out. There's a great picture of Shane right there, and we're trying to get this thing going for the revamped journalism building, of course, with the Shane Colligan Memorial Lounge. So please, please, please donate again, even $5. I know January is a tough month, finances coming off the holidays. Trust me, the ML Sports Platter is not making $1 million every day. So certainly donate even $5, $10 here, and really trying to rally, especially all our journalism people, because I can tell you right now, there was no better human being than Shane Colligan, number one, and number two, what could have been with him as a journalist. The guy just had a knack for the industry. It was unbelievable. The conversation, the knack, the reporting, his communication skills, how he was on a microphone, how he wrote. The guy just had it. And I miss him. And we're trying to honor him with this great lounge. So head on over to the website. I'm going to post it a few times as well. Thanks for watching. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.